Welcome to I Hate James Dobson. Happy Dead Dob Day to all who celebrate. Welcome to a very special episode of I Hate James Dobson. My name is Jake. I'm a former evangelical turned queer sex therapist. And today I am once again delighted to be joined by my partner in crime and the person who broke today's news to me, Brooke. Hi, Brooke.
Ridiculous. I could not have planned that better.
It was incredible.
It was so good.
We will get to that in a moment, but today we are also joined by returning champion of the podcast, our friend, our boss, and the host of Lessons from the Couch, Corina.
Hey.
Corina, how are you?
I'm great. I also learned from Brooke about today's news.
Incredible.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I would not
Look
have
at
known
me
without
sharing
you.
the news with the people. The town crier.
What I love about that is how many people texted you about the news before.
My phone
Yes.
has been blowing up. Just a reminder, I did not know who this man was just 2 short years ago.
Incredible. So, early on Thursday, August 21st, 2025, James Dobson did the first good thing in his life.
What was that?
He died. I woke up to a flurry of texts, but it was Brooke's text that I saw first, and I cannot think of a better way to find out. Brooke, how did you hear about this news?
Okay. I have an erratic sleep schedule because I'm over 45. And all of my friends have the same erratic sleep schedule because they are also over 45.
Mm-hmm.
And so we text each other at very random hours. And so I got a very early morning text from a friend of mine who is a fan of the podcast. Shout out, Chrissy. And she texted me a screenshot that her husband had sent her because he's also a fan of the podcast. Shout out, Dave. That said, I should just pull it up. He said, Brooke's going to have a field day. That religious freak died. And she wrote back, Dobson? And he said, yes. So she sent that to me. And then I wrote back to my friend Chrissy, holy shit. And then I wrote, literally. To which she replied, no, holy bone. Yes! He's about to become a holy bone. So I knew, because I know you very well, and this is not a read, that you were dead asleep.
Yep, and I sure was.
Because when I say it was early in the morning, it was 9:30. And I was like, Jake's asleep. And I was in a complete and total, I don't use this word often, tizzy. Okay?
Not a tizzy.
And I was in a tizzy. And I was like, I have to be the person that breaks this news to Jake. It is the only right way, because it's so stupid and hilarious. I sent Jake about 9,000 texts.
To me specifically, and then also to group chats that were both in.
Yes. All with the alarm emoji.
Yes.
All in all caps. I was literally pacing around my apartment. Then I texted Corina.
Did you?
Yeah, I texted Corina, Dobson died.
Oh, yes.
Then I texted Jake's boyfriend and literally said, go wake up Jake. They have to know something important. Dobson died.
As if he wasn't asleep right next to me.
I don't know. I lost my mind. I got very excited. And then I was like, calm down. And then I had to Google it. It was incredible. And then I literally was like, I sent you another text that said, what are we going to do?
Yes.
And that was how the morning started.
Corina, what was your reaction to receiving this news?
I said in response to Brooke's text, what? And then I came down the hallway and looked for the signal of the open door, and Brooke was in here. And I go, ah! And I do believe that if I had not had a session, because I'm not sure that Brooke had gotten a hold of you yet, I can't remember, Brooke would have had me drive us both to your home so that she could inform you.
Frantic to find you.
Yeah.
I texted all of our group chats. I texted you. I was about to call you because I was like, no matter how irritated you would be at getting a phone call from me early in the morning, it would be nothing compared to the news I would deliver.
to the delight of informing you.
That's incredible. So my alarm goes off at about 9:30, and I look at my phone, I press snooze, and I see these flurries of text, but I'm still so groggy. I was like, what? Dobson died. Oh. And I turn to my partner, who is asleep, and I go, boyfriend, James Dobson died. He goes, huh. And that was our entire interaction this morning. And then I get up and get showered and go, oh my God, I have to like change my whole day around. But it took me a second to actually process what that meant.
Well, when boyfriend did finally text me back later, his text just said, Jake is awakened in the shower and blasting No One Mourns the Wicked throughout the house.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that is so funny.
Will you tell us what it was like for you to find out?
I didn't like. It's weird beefing with old men because they're gonna die probably before I will, and so at some point it's like kind of inevitable, but also excitement and relief and a little bit of apprehension. I think like I don't know what this would mean for my day, and I had to see a bunch of clients today, and like when I'm with clients, it's not like, hey, can I tell you this old man who I hate died? It's like, hey, tell me about like your stuff. So like, how can I compartmentalize? But really, really excited for recording this. This is really on my mind all day. And posting online about it and getting so much lovely response from so many people has been very exciting throughout the day on Blue Sky and YouTube and on Twitter, which we never get good responses on Twitter because it's Twitter. So
I know, it was fun. I only check certain things, and it was very fun to see all the responses and everything that people were saying. And I loved, you were still asleep when I was like, I told you.
Also, hello to all of our new friends out there who might be fighting us for the first time because of this news.
Hey.
Welcome.
Let's have you on board. Now, grief is complicated. I think we should be careful with our words. After all, he was a father. He was a person. We don't want to be too crass.
Wrong, Brenda.
Readers, you do not have to mourn him. You don't have to forgive him. You don't have to be nice or respectful. James Dobson was an abusive leader who brought pain, suffering, ridicule, and in some cases, death upon generations of people.
That's right.
You also don't necessarily have to be comfortable with people taking a victory lap here. Again, grief is complicated. However, if that is you, probably don't want to listen to the rest of this episode because we are going to be dancing on his grave.
Yeah, I think one thing I wanted to say, like, in a serious note, is that, like, grief is really complicated, and I think it would be pretty normal for people who experienced an extreme amount of religious trauma at the hands of this man to feel a complicated type of grief today that isn't about him and him dying, but is a reflective sort of grief about his disgusting legacy.
Totally.
Yes.
So I think if that is a feeling that people are having, that is also totally okay.
Welcome. It's welcome.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think to go back to like my experience, I have a little bit of delayed emotional processing generally. Like something will happen and then it'll take me a little bit of time to like, oh yeah, I had a feeling about that. I like to laugh and have fun, and generally it's been like a positive day. I think of this a little bit later. Probably skip around. That's okay. I have celebrate and mourn however you see fit. You don't need to mourn James Dobson, but I mourn all of the people who suffered and died because of him. All the kids who were abused in the name of discipline. I mourn the way that America has descended into fascism, thanks in no small part due to him, right? There is grief here, even if I am not sad at all that he is gone.
Totally. I'm in that vein. I'm more in the ways that I can anticipate that his death will be used to cause more harm.
Yeah.
Anticipatorily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mourn the fact that there is just always somebody waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Like, he's gone, and that's great, but his legacy is that there are other people following in his footsteps that are not far behind.
Totally.
And that sucks, too. On a lighter note, that meme that you made is the funniest thing I have ever seen in my life.
I'm not on the socials. Tell me about the meme.
It's just a picture of Dobson and it says, claims to be pro-life. Bottom text is, dies anyway. I showed that to Brooke, and then like an hour later, Brooke was like, "Wait, did you make that?"
Merch.
Maybe he can't sue us for doing things
my
like this
God.
anymore. I want to take a moment and have a top 5 worst things Dobson ever did list.
Ready.
Oh,
Absolutely.
incredible.
Absolutely.
I have some things listed, but just off the top of your head, what are some highlights? Time after time.
Just 5?
You can start with just one.
Well, my number one ever, forever, James Dobson moment is obviously
Bisexual. That's orgies.
I've got the sticker in my office on my computer. I would say one of the top on my list is hurting our good friend Jake as a small child and making you feel like shit.
Yep.
That's up on my list.
That is not on my list because it sucks for me, but also like not the worst thing he's done.
It's pretty bad though.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. These aren't the worst things. My list isn't the worst things.
We're having
mine
fun.
Are just,
Yeah.
Mine are just the things that stand out.
Uh-huh.
I think one of my favorites is when he would have frequently asked questions that he just wrote himself.
That he made up.
Yeah, and then he would like quote himself in them,
Yes.
and then where to buy his book.
Yes.
Like,
You should buy Dare to Discipline, parentheses, Tyndale.
Tyndale.
oh god, that was so good. Okay, another favorite James Dobson lesson is rent a teenager.
Rent a
That's-
teen.
Yes. Teen girl.
Teen girl.
Teen girl.
Yeah, rent a teen girl. That's a favorite of mine.
Wrong, Brenda. That's good.
Oh yeah,
That's fun.
that comes from Chick Tracks,
Yeah.
and those are direct
yes.
result of him.
Yes, yes.
Wrong, Brenda.
Look at you, Brooke, knowing the lineage.
It's terrible. I hate this. I told Jake on the audio that no one could hear, sorry, that I had a whole list of things when I watched Shiny Happy People 2 that I understood that I shouldn't have had to understand. I was like, why do I know what this is?
Mm-hmm.
Another favorite thing of mine, as we reflect on James Dobson, was his... Now look, I don't think it's right to make fun of people's, like, things that they can't help and blah, blah, blah. But his little squirrely voice, that sounded a little bit like Jane Crouch. Oh, God.
I will not body shame. I will fashion shame. He has a collection of Argyle sweaters that he'll wear in his videos. They're all horrible. They do not fit him well. They are not, like, aesthetically pleasing. I don't know. Clearly, he did not know any gay people.
He had money. He could have gotten consultation.
Yeah, money doesn't buy
know?
taste.
Yeah.
Where did he live?
Colorado Springs.
Oh, yes,
Of
yes,
course
yes.
he did.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Oh my God. Obviously, my favorite thing in the entire world about James Dobson was the fact that he was able to go where no man has gone before. Death row to interview Ted Bundy.
That is on my list.
I don't know if any of you heard, but he
Have you heard?
interviewed Ted Bundy.
He might have mentioned it once, maybe.
My number 5 is try desperately to rehabilitate Ted Bundy's image for political points.
Yeah, let's hear your list.
That's right.
That's number 5. Number 4, created the modern homeschooling and anti-public schooling, anti-intellectual movement.
Yes.
And number 3, pushed conversion therapy as part of the troubled teen industry.
Yep.
Yep.
This is where I wrote my bisexual that's orgies was the one good thing he did by accident.
Yeah.
Number 2 in this list, legitimized child abuse via
Yes.
Dare to Discipline,
Absolutely.
spawning hundreds of sub-grifters who are more explicit in their abuse, like blanket training, or the Pearls, who are villains who we will absolutely talk about one day.
Great.
It's not abuse, it's discipline. The category of strong-willed children, all of that. I think, though, the number 1 worst thing Dobson ever did with his life was to create the political machinery to give total control of this country to fascists.
Yes.
Yes.
His fingerprints are all over the repeal of Roe v. Wade, for instance, and the upcoming repeal of Obergefell v. Hodges. Look forward to that. He was critical to create the pipeline for money, people, and ideologues. His authoritarian ideas of parenting created the perfect soldiers to carry out his culture war. The structures he built, like the homeschooling movement or groups like the Family Research Council, created an almost insular pipeline to keep people controlled from birth through retirement. Also, his politicking brought in incredible sums of money to the evangelical political machine. And he turned Christian media into a political weapon. I think Dobson, more than most, is directly responsible for the intense polarization we have dealing with today. And I think that's something that's not often talked about, right? Like,
Totally.
it is not because of Dobson that the litmus test for are you a Christian for a lot of people is do you accept gay people or not?
Yep.
So that's my list. Those are much less fun.
It's depressing, but correct.
Yeah.
On a more positive note, I have been so heartened throughout this project, but especially today, by all the ways I've gotten to connect with people, right? Waking up to a flurry of texts from Brooke, all the people who've reached out on social media, sharing their stories, getting to connect with Kevin and Kelly in new ways. People like Talia Lavin and our friends at Worst of All Possible Worlds. Editing Jake here with just a second more about these connections. Thank you, dear reader, for being part of this journey with us. I read every email and every message that we get, even if I fail to respond. I am amazed at how we can and have built community in impossible circumstances, and I thank you for being part of this one. Also, one reader, Mindy, sent me an I Hate James Dobson bingo card, and I think the addition of Editing Jake makes a full bingo, so congrats, we did it, Joe. We can celebrate and mourn together, and I think importantly, we get to do that. We are able to find community with each other, despite people like Dobson not wanting us to share our stories. And if you want something a little bit more actionable to do, you can donate or volunteer to organizations that Dobson would have hated.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Trevor Project, which is a lifeline for LGBTQ plus youth. Planned Parenthood absolutely needs some money right now, because RAP.
I give them a monthly donation just pulled straight from my bank account. I don't even have to think about it.
You're such a good person.
Local
so much.
abortion funds in your area.
Yes.
Especially if you live in places where abortion access is even more limited.
Local organizations, I think, have such a critical role presently and even more so upcoming as things get more, as power gets more centralized and it gets quote unquote left to the states. Here in Chicago, we have things like the Brave Space Alliance or the Leather Archives and Museum. Look into your own communities. What are some people who are in need of help that Dobson would have just hated to help? You can also buy our merch. Ding!
Yeah.
Ding. It does go to a good cause.
The bisexuals, it's orgies sticker is a favorite.
We're coming to the end of our short little emergency episode. Readers, take time to celebrate, take time to mourn. Honor those we've lost, connect with those who are still here to fight the good fight. Dobson may be joining his best friend Ted Bundy, but we're still here. The world is better with you in it. I hate James Dobson, not because he was a guy who I disagreed with his beliefs. I hate him because he built an entire ecosystem that has destroyed lives, families, communities, and the country. He is dead, and that is good. Rest in piss. But our work is just beginning. See you on the next episode.
See ya.
Yay.
I Hate James Dobson is a labor of love, spite, written, recorded, edited, and produced by me, Jake. In this venture, I am honored to be joined by my amazing co-host, Brooke. If you're enjoying the show, please consider rating and reviewing it. And if you want to connect with us more, you can find us on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, TikTok, and YouTube at I Hate James Dobson, and somehow still on Twitter at IHateJDobs. You can also email us at IHateJamesDobson@gmail.com. We have merch available at IHateJamesDobson.printful.me or on our website, IHateJamesDobson.com. Our theme music is by Mood Maze and the song is called Trendsetter. Special thanks, as always, to Drew, Lindsay, DJ, Jack, and Gary. And thank you, readers, for enjoying our show. Bisexuals, that's orgies!